99X, it's the Morning X, Barnes and Leslie. I don't want to scare you, okay? I don't want to scare you, but I'm going to scare you because there's something coming for you. Listen to this.
8 on Your Side has learned there have been 5 deaths in Tampa Bay this year linked to the flesh-eating bacteria, Vibrio Vulnificus. Statewide, the Florida Department of Health reports 25 confirmed cases since January. Dr. Eric Seamus is an emergency room physician at Bayfront Health, St. Petersburg.
Whenever you have a break in the skin and you're in a marine environment, then theoretically you are at risk. If you have wounds, maybe stay out of the water. If you suffer a cut while in the water, just wash it out very thoroughly with soap and water. Monitor your symptoms and follow closely with your doctor if you have any questions.
So that's a thing, Fram, Vibrio, and it's got a much longer name, but we'll just call it Vibrio. This thing, I mean, that petrifies me that it's that close to here. Thankfully, I don't get in the ocean water. I just look at the ocean water.
Well, it scares me because I have family that lives all over that area and a nephew that works at Orange Beach.
We have an expert who knows all about it, Dr. Brett Froelich, who is a Ph.D. assistant professor at George Mason University's Department of Biology, knows all about it. I bet you have dreams about Vibrio, don't you?
Well, I've been working with Vibrio for many, many years, and yes, it haunts me in my sleep.
So there have been deaths from this, I know, and Gulf of Mexico has had this problem. I'm just hearing about it in the last month or so, but also, aren't some cases now coming East Coast?
So the East Coast has always had just a few cases. It is normally only found in areas with warmer water temperatures, but with climate change, the water temperatures are changing everywhere, and so the range of this is starting to expand. So places that have never had cases, or maybe like one case a year, are starting to see outbreaks and infections.
Can you explain exactly what this is and how you get it?
Absolutely. So this is a bacterium that is found in the water, and usually in salty or brackish waters, especially in areas that are not quite full like beach water strength, more like an estuary where the river meets the beach water, like the Chesapeake Bay or the Puget Sound or things like that. So when it's just kind of salty is usually where it's found.
So can you see anything? Like, do you look at the water?
Yeah, how do you know you have it?
I mean, do you see it coming, or is it just in the water?
Unfortunately, it's not a contaminant. This is where it lives and thrives. It's not like a sewage spill where bacteria from there would be a problem and you could clean it up. This is here. It's been here before we were. You can't see it or smell it. You don't know it's there, but it's pretty much always there at some level. And the warmer it is, the more it's going to be there.
And how do you protect yourself from it?
Yeah. Is there a way?
So there's no real way to protect yourself. The best defense is awareness. So it can infect you in one of two ways. It can get into a wound that you have on your body. Now, you don't have to have a big giant cut, which you can get if you're out on the coast and you step on a shell, right? And you cut your toe. But have you ever used hand sanitizer on your hands and felt it sting a little cut that you didn't even see, right?
Yes.
It burns really, even something that small it can get in. So if the seawater gets into there, it's a problem. But what you can do is be aware. If you go to the coast or in coastal waters and later on you find you have a little cut or a wound that's warm and it's red and maybe it's a little puffy, that's the kind of thing you need to go to the doctor or go to urgent care right away. If this thing works so fast that if you say, I'll look at it in the morning, by the morning it might be too late.
No way. We're talking to Dr. Brett Froelich, who is the assistant professor at George Mason University in the Department of Biology. The people that have died, so you're telling me like the people that have died, they've been in the water, they come out, they may or may not notice they have a little something with a cut that's kind of warm to the touch, and they don't do anything about it, then they just die.
Yeah, well, basically, you won't be dead right away, but by that point, you'll be in severe pain as the bacteria are essentially eating your flesh. You'll go to the doctor. The doctor will attempt amputations to try to save you. But even with aggressive medical treatment, if it's already at this point, it's the chances aren't great.
Why have we not heard about this before? All of a sudden it's killing people, and you said it's been around forever.
Traditionally, there's only been about 100 cases in the United States per year, and most of those are localized to the southern and Gulf states.
Now, the crazy thing, too, the CDC saying, 80,000 illnesses, about 52,000 of them from eating seafood. That scares me even more.
Yes.
Wait, this can go through the food, too?
Yes.
Yes, it can. Now, that 80,000 number is true, but those are typically just diarrhea. And you're probably not going to go to the hospital. It'll be vomiting and diarrhea. You may wish you were dead, but you're not going to die.
Thanks for that.
It's the smaller number that, yes, eating seafood, especially raw seafood like raw oysters, can get these into your system. And it causes a different type of infection, but just as deadly and just as nasty. And it's one of those things that if you eat it and a few hours later you don't feel great, you need to go right away. If you go that day, antibiotics will wipe this sucker out. But if you wait, it'll be too late.
Wow, the contrast is crazy. You're saying if you get an antibiotic in your system, you can save your life. Waiting 12 hours, 20 hours, whatever, you might be dead. I mean, talk about a fast-moving thing in your body. This could be a movie.
This is one of the fastest-growing bacteria that are out there. It doubles and doubles every 20 minutes. So
this makes you welcome Jaws. You see, at least you see Jaws coming.
You can run from that.
I know.
It's easy to get cut if you're walking on the beach and you step like on a shell or something. Yes, very easy.
Okay, my wife is going to hate you, doctor, because now I am not for real getting in. That's it.
Forever.
Done.
Sticking to the pool.
Dr. Froelich, thank you for that info. It's important to know this, especially people with kids who go down, to the Florida coast. Be careful, because that's where a lot of it is.
Yes, there's a lot of it out there. And again, as you said earlier, I don't want to scare people. Go enjoy the beach, but be aware.
Right.
That's the best defense. Be aware. If something looks wrong, go to urgent care, get some antibiotics, get fixed.
Yeah, don't shave before you go in. All right, that's going to wrap up the Morning X Medical Corner. Vibriosis. It's Vibriosis. Beware. Thank you for coming on with us.
Thank you.
Yep. Have a great day.
The Morning X with Barnes and Leslie. 99X.